Hello students, I hope you are all fine and in good health. In this audio presentation, I will be discussing a few important points related with the poem A Photograph. Along with that, the line by line explanation of the poem also will be done in this particular audio presentation. So, as you all can see, it is written a photograph. Then in the next line it is written what we know so far related to the poem. That means whatever information we gather till now related with the poem, let us come to that one by one. So I have divided into some points. So point number one, the poem A Photograph, it is written by Shelley Tolson. You all know by this time that the name of the poet who has written this poem, it is Shelley Tolson. In this poem, she recalls her mother and her memories. So basically this poem is related with the poet's mother. So she recalls her mother as well as her memories while looking at a childhood photograph when her mother was 12 years or so. So, in that particular photograph, her mother's age was 12 years, and she was the big girl, as been referred in that particular poem, because she is the eldest one. She has been deceased 12 years ago and she cannot explain her grief on her mother's loss. And even at the end of the poem, we find that she is no more. She died almost 12 years passed by. And it is excruciating pain we find in the poet. And she cannot express her sorrow, she cannot express her grief at the loss of her mother. It seems that her entire world has been shattered. Everywhere there is voidness, or rather to say, everywhere there is emptiness. Second point, the poem is a tribute to the poet's mother. The entire poem, a photograph written by Shelley Tolson, it is actually a tribute to the poet's mother by the poet herself. She is looking at an old photograph of her mother which has a frame of cardboard. The picture has three girls, Betty and Dolly. We get to know they are the two girl cousins, in which the middle one is the oldest and tallest, and the middle one, the oldest and the tallest, is supposedly the poet's mother. Point number three, it is the poet's mother when she was 12 years old or so. Yes, now the main important thing is that when this photograph was being clicked by one of her relatives, now at that time her mother was 12 years old. Besides her, on both sides are her two cousins, Betty and Dolly, already been told to you all earlier, who are holding her hands and are younger than her. They went for paddling on a beach holiday. Now, it was this photograph was actually been clicked during the time of a summer holiday, beach holiday. Her uncle took the photograph then. The poet could not help but notice her mother's sweet face. The sea touched her terribly transient feet, which depicted that she changed over the years and the sea remained the same. The world of nature remains the same, but human life, we all know that we are mortal creatures and there are some drastic changes that can be seen, but the world of nature, the seashore or the sea beach, it remains the same. I'm moving on now to point number 4. After 20-30 years, her mother would laugh at the photograph because now she is no longer that 12-year-old girl. Now she is a lady and her own daughter is now of 12 years. Exactly her age that has been projected in the photograph. She would make the poet look at the photograph and tell her how their parents would dress them up for the beach holiday. And every time, whenever the poet used to bring this photograph in front of her, she used to laugh a lot by looking at the crazy dresses that their parents had made them to wear. Not only she, but also her two cousin sisters. They all used to wear crazy swimming costumes. The beach holiday was her mother's favorite past memories, while her laugh was the poet's favorite memory. Because now the important thing is that two different perspectives. From the perspective of her mother, the beach holiday was her one of her favorite memories, pastime memories. This memory she cherishes a lot. And now that she is no more, her laughter is something that the poet she missed a lot. So I repeat this line: the beach holiday was her mother's favorite past memories, while her laugh was the poet's favorite memory. Both of them lost something because, obviously, from her mother's perspective, that summer holiday, while she enjoyed with her two cousins, that cannot be revived in reality. Obviously, by looking at the photograph, she can think about the past bygone days. So this is the perspective from her mother's point of view, whereas from her point of view it is her mother's laughter, because she is no more. But every time when now she used to take hold of the photograph, she remembers her mother, and mostly she remembers the laughter of her mother. Both of them, that means the poet as well as her mother, when she was alive, lost something which they cherished a lot, and yet cannot live that moment again. Yes, for the poet's mother, it is not possible for her to relive that moment once again. Obviously, it's like a bygone memory. She can't relive it exactly as it is, because it happened almost 20-30 years earlier. And for the poet herself also, she can't bring back her mother from death, and that was the reason she missed her mother. Not only she missed her mother, but most importantly she missed the smile of her mother. Now one more point is there, point number 5. Those sweet memories were memories now. Now the poet's mother had been dead for the past 12 years, and that was the age of the girl in the photograph. And who is the girl in the photograph? It was none other than the poet mother herself, which is the same number as of her age when the photograph was taken back then, because she died 12 years passed by, and her age, her mother's age as depicted in the photograph, is also 12 years. She cannot express the grief that she has from her mother's absence. Now she cannot express it, the excruciating agony, the pain that she is experiencing right now, because right now she is all alone and her world is empty. There is voidness all around, and there is a beautiful line, I guess you all remember, dear students. It's silence silences. Now explanation line by line. So dear students, I am moving on to the next segment. It is written a photograph, lesson and explanation. This is very important. Line 1 to 4. The cardboard shows me how it was when the two girl cousins went paddling, each one holding one of my mother's hands, and she, the big girl, some 12 years or so. So in this line, these are actually the first few lines from the poem. The poet is looking at an old photo album, and remember, this photo album was clicked during the pre-digital era, because nowadays everything is so much sophisticated and digitalized. Now this photograph was clicked during the pre-digital era. Now the poet is looking at an old photo album which is made up of cardboard. In the picture there are three girls. The poet mother herself along with her two girl cousins, Betty and Dolly, and they were paddling, or you can say walking on the beach, holding each other's hands. The girl in the middle, she is the tallest as well as she is the oldest, and she is the poet's mother. The other two girls on each side are younger than her. She is the eldest one. The girl in the middle is the poet's mother, and she is holding the hand of her two cousin sisters. There is a sense of security, there is also a sense of love and affection at the same time, we can say. And she is around 12 years old when the picture was being clicked. So at that time the poet's mother was 12 years old when this photograph was being clicked. Now dear students, I am moving on to the next four lines, line number 5 to 9. In total, if you look at the structure of this poem, total number of lines are 19. So line number 5 to 9 I am explaining right now. See, it is written, all three stood still to smile through their hair at the uncle with the camera. A sweet face, my mother's, that was before I was born. So the sweet face is that of the poet's mother. Now it was clicked before he was born. And the sea, which appears to have changed less, washed their terribly transient feet. Now transience or temporary, short-lived, these are some of the probable themes of this poem, apart from loss and separation, because loss and separation is also two of the most important theme of this poem. Now the world of nature, the sea beach or the seashore remained exactly as it is, but the age of her mother, she grew older with the passage of time. Aging can be seen in her, okay, because our life is mortal, our life is temporal. We are undergoing an ephemeral existence. Ephemeral means something that is short-lived or temporary. We are undergoing an ephemeral existence in this world. There is radical change that can be noticed in case of the human beings, unlike that can be noticed in the world of nature, because the world of nature looks more or less exactly the same. So if we analyze these lines, the poet describes how the photograph was taken. Her mother's uncle took the photograph and told them to stop and pose. And remember, youthful exuberance can be seen. Vitality, youthful exuberance, enjoyment, merrymaking, all these can be seen not only in case of the poet's mother, but also in case of the two girl cousins, that is Betty and Dolly. All three of them left their wet hair open and smiled at the camera and posed for the photograph. The poet's attention is drawn towards his mother's face, which is described as a sweet face. The photograph was taken long before the poet was born. Even in the lines of the poem we get to know about it. The poet calls their feet terrible and transient, as they were so young by then, and now they had grown older. But the seashore, the environment all around the sea beach, it is now also, it is more or less the same. But the poet's mother, her two cousins, they had grown older with the passage of time. On the other hand, the sea, I was talking about this, dear students, just right now only. On the other hand, the sea, which touched their feet, has changed less. There is no change at all in the world of nature, but their life underwent a sea change. Now I am moving on to line number 10 to 13. In total there are 19 lines in this poem. If you look at the structural information, if you want to gather the structural information about this poem, the poem consisted of 19 lines. Now let me clarify line number 10 to 13. Some 20-30 years later, she would laugh at the snapshot. As you know, I have clarified also, snapshot means photograph. See Betty and Dolly, she would say, and look how they dressed us for the beach. So after 20-30 years later, she would laugh at the portrait or the photograph. She would tell the poet to look at her cousins Betty and Dolly and how their parents would dress all three of them up for the beach, and the ridiculous manner in which she as well as her cousins had dressed up. Everything looked so funny. Now after 20-30 years, when this photograph was shown to her by her daughter, she couldn't control her laughter. And now after her death, the poet not only she misses her mother, but she misses the laughter of her mother a lot. They would have planned to take a photograph beforehand. Already it was been pre-planned, and that was the reason they dressed those three girls so crazily for this particular occasion of clicking the photograph. Now I am moving on to line number 14 and 15. It is written, the sea holiday was her past, mine is a laughter, both wry with the labored ease of loss. Both wry means something that is related with depressed, being depressed. Now both wry with the labored ease of loss. Now labored ease, I have told you that it is an oxymoron. Now different perspective. For the poet's mother, she is missing her sea holiday, and obviously from the poet's perspective, she is missing the laughter of her mother because her mother is no more. The poet recalls the sea holiday was her mother's favorite moment from the past, while the poet's favorite moment from the past was her mother's laughter. Both the women would think about those past memories which they cannot live again. Okay, they tried their best to adjust to what they had lost. So different perspective in case of the mother is something else, and perspective in case of the poet, it is something else. Okay, for the poet's mother it is the sea holiday, and for the poet it is the laughter of her mother. Now I am moving on to line number 16 to 19. Very important. This is at the very end of the poem we find it. Now she has been dead nearly as many years as that girl lived. That means she died 12 years passed by, exactly the age at which the photograph was being taken. And of this circumstance there is nothing to say at all. It silences. Now the pain is so agonizing, it is so excruciating that the poet can't say anything. In the above lines, the poet says that her mother died 12 years ago, the same age her mother was in the photograph. Whenever the poet thinks of her mother's death, she cannot explain what effect she has of her mother's death. Now it is very difficult for her. She sometimes was at a loss of words. Death has silenced her mother, which has also left her speechless. So obviously now she misses the laughter of her mother. It has created a voidness all around. There is emptiness all around. There is sadness all around. Not only the poet misses her mother, but most importantly, she misses the laughter of her mother. That is the reason the last line is very important, dear students. It silences. Silence has been personified also. So everywhere, wherever she is casting her eyes, it is total silent all around. So I repeat the last four lines again once again. Now she has been dead nearly as many years as that girl lived, and of this circumstance there is nothing to say at all. It silences. In the above lines, the poet says that her mother died 12 years ago. And obviously, when the photograph was taken at that time, her mother was also 12 years. At that time, she was also of 12 years. The same age her mother was in the photograph. Whenever the poet thinks of her mother's death, she cannot explain what effect she has of her mother's death. Death has silenced her mother, which has also left her speechless. Not only it has silenced her mother, but ultimately her mother's tragic demise or her mother's tragic death also left her speechless. So, dear students, this is the line by line explanation of the poem along with a short intro and analysis of the poem. Kindly go through this audio presentation, and if there is any problem anywhere, let me ask about it. Thank you, students. Thank you all.